she's they decide to bring out the old Dr. Mario commercial persona to make some ad spots for Mega Vitamins, a magically created panacea that they have. To be like, hey, come to the Mushroom Kingdom, we have Mega Vitamins! And, they trick Wario into helping with this advertising campaign by, like, filming a bunch of throwaway scenes that make him look good, that he thinks was the actual commercial or whatever the hell he thought he was doing. And along the way, while they're doing that, Wario sells them the likenesses of several people and things from that Music Box world he owns now. Like Mad Scienstein, Dr. Ayo Shitain, who wasn't from the Music Box world, I don't think. He was just there, investigating it.
He kind of gets trapped in these places, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he's an archaeologist himself. He's a professor, and so he just kind of wound up trapped in that Music Box, and Wario met him, and then I guess he got out, and he might have actually been there helping with these commercials. I doubt it, because that's not really any... Maybe, actually, no, maybe Mad Scienstein helped out with these commercials, and possibly helped trick Wario into doing them, in exchange for funding for his own expeditions. Because it's shortly afterwards he gets, hits it big and finds something important that we'll discuss in a moment.
Either way, the advertisement system happened, and then...
Yeah, they do all these ads. And then Peach needs to stop doing propaganda for a little bit, because she needs to step back and repair the Gulf Dimension. Because, you know, after the loss of the core conceptual purpose that it was built on, that being, you know, the... Mario is the world's greatest golfer, and everyone in the world is trying to become the greatest golfer so they can defeat Mario, and somebody actually did it, so now the world is kind of cracking apart because it no longer has a purpose. So, using the same, you know, process that they used to create these magical worlds, she expands the Gulf Dimension into a more fleshed-out world that can persist on its own without needing a core conceptual purpose to be built around. She mostly does this by copying things from Earth that she was vaguely aware of in, like, a touristy way. Like, a bunch of just tourist attraction landmarks, big landmarks from various locations on Earth, like the Eiffel Tower and the Sydney Opera House, and things like that, that are just kind of haphazardly thrown around in this world. So, she's built this out and made the Gulf Dimension more real, and as a side effect, the people of the Gulf Dimension have become more real. And, much like all the four golfers who escaped into the real world and then came back, pretty much everyone in the Gulf Dimension is now capable of growing and changing, because the world itself has grown. And she assigns Foreman Spike to watch over this Gulf Dimension and ensure it remains stable. Because Spike is, you know, he fled to the Mushroom Kingdom for sanctuary and has been kept in the painted worlds that they have to keep him safe from Bowser. And he's mellowed out, he's calmed down, he's decided to give up on revenge and such, and so he's just there to help and kind of do his job, making sure the Gulf Dimension remains stable, and also cleaning up all of the stray golf balls in the world. So, that's where Spike is now, and possibly forever. I actually do not think we ever see Spike again.
We'll see.
Let's see, then there's another go-karting Grand Prix race. There's nothing too important there, although we did learn that Bowser is building fortifications along the Celestial Warfront. He's just got a whole bunch of sky castles now. But next up, so, as we mentioned, Mad Scienstein finds a big archaeological discovery. He discovers an ancient golden pyramid of, like, an ancient civilization, and, you know, he's got his team in there to research it, but they all get chased off by monsters and traps and deadly problems. But there's a story about it in the news, and Wario reads it, and he decides that he doesn't care about dangerous monsters and traps and such, so he's gonna go and loot it himself, because there's nobody else to stop him. Except for the dangerous monsters and traps, which he can deal with. So he goes to this ancient golden pyramid, and he starts looting it, and it has a bunch of painted worlds in there.
Yeah.
And these are not magic-based. They seem to be technology-based, like powered by technology. So, Wario destroys a bunch of ancient ghosts in this pyramid, and he steals a bunch of treasure, and he inadvertently frees the ancient Princess Shikora from the curse that trapped her spirit there, allowing her to ascend to heaven, but that's not important. He got treasure, and now he brought it all home, and he expands all his business holdings. He's got, like, a new toy shop and robot shops, and he has a rocket ship now that he can use to visit his planet that he still has in space. And then he goes out and has a nice night out on the town with several women whose torsos are smaller than his head. Because Wario's physical dimensions are really weird. So, that's how Wario's doing. He's, once again, being very successful. So then, Luigi wins a contest. He gets a letter saying that he won a mansion in a contest. He doesn't remember entering this contest, but that's not suspicious at all, so he invites Mario to meet him there at this mansion to celebrate. But it's off in the middle of these spooky woods, and he gets lost on his way there, and so by the time he arrives, Mario has already been there for a while and got captured by the ghosts who built the mansion as a trap. He meets there, living nearby, Professor Elvin Gadd, a ghost scientist. That's a scientist who studies ghosts, not a scientist who is a ghost. And Egad collects ghosts by trapping them in portraits using a machine that he invented. And he's got this big gallery of all the ghosts that he captured in portraits over his career. He had recently captured the Boolossus, an amalgam of boos, which angered the King Boo, who broke into the gallery and freed everything. All of the ghosts across Egad's entire career in this gallery got freed by the King Boo, and they all collectively built this mansion overnight, and then the Boos decided to lure the Mario Brothers there to trap them. Because Boos hate Mario Brothers. Because they kind of have a history of working for Bowser, and Mario dealing with them, and it's not really clear exactly what kind of beef they have, aside from just they don't like the Mario Brothers. So Egad gives Luigi the tools that he'll need to recapture these ghosts, and Luigi spends the night exploring the mansion, capturing the ghosts, finding riches, and being terrified. Being extremely terrified. And he finds Mario trapped in a painting. Once again, we have found, like, another variety of painted world, sort of. This one powered by spectral energies. So there's now these trap paintings that can be used to trap people. So Luigi finds Mario, he finds the King Boo, who tries to trick him into thinking Bowser's there by wearing a Bowser costume for some reason. But Luigi defeats the King Boo and captures him and all the other ghosts, and then he puts them all in the gallery, and he frees Mario, and the mansion vanishes. So Egad is grateful to Luigi, so he uses all of the treasure that Luigi had found in this mansion, which did not vanish, to build him a new, non-haunted mansion in its place. So now Luigi has a mansion. Somewhere in the Mushroom World, don't know exactly where. He just owns this big mansion. So yeah, we've got a mansion, we've got ghost-powered paintings, and that's it. That's the most recent thing that happened. That was the last game. Oh, also, there's a parallel universe with a god being called Master Hand who likes to animate his toys to fight each other, and some of those toys are Mario's, but none of that is particularly important. That Mario is not actually there, they're toys.
Okay.
That's just a thing that's also happening off on the side. But that is it. We're caught up. That's the whole recap.
That's the entire story of everyone.
So far. So we are going to have a short break of commentary. We're going to come back when things start, when we get to like the end of this game and see all of like the completion stuff that comes up. But yeah, so see you in a bit. Enjoy the rest of this with no commentary for a little bit. Okay, so we're back. So, at, Super Mario Advance 2, here. We've got all of these Yoshi coins, and it tracks your collection of them. When you collect all the Yoshi coins, you get this cool little scene here.
Lots of money.
All of the Yoshi coins that you collected piling up into big old stacks of gold. Oh, look at that. Now you got a big Yoshi coin, and Yoshi's gonna come up, and he eats it. And he's gonna put it in an egg, and it comes out as a peach coin.
Perfect. For some reason.
So, that peach coin does mean something, and I'll explain that in a little bit, but first we have another scene coming up, because at the same time I also finished clearing all of the exits.
Ah.
And we got this scene of Luigi. He's up in his balloon, and he's got these Mario costume heads that he's kicking out of the balloon. Mario and Luigi have found all the goals! Congratulations! Now you can play a slightly different dinosaur land.
Slightly.
So, this is, this was in the original game, not the cutscene, but this change that happens here, where, in the original Super Mario World, this happened after you cleared the special world. They would have, like, certain, enemies would have, like, different costumes, different appearances, and certain, the palettes of the overworld map would change slightly into more of, like, an autumn palette. But otherwise, it's no, like, gameplay change. It's a cosmetic change. And in this game, that happens when you clear all the goals, instead of when you clear the special world.
Congratulations.
This version actually has a few more changes. Now, Goombas and Pokies have also had their appearances changed.